This is the Backcountry Pocket Journal. Today we're going to be going over the navigation section. Okay, no more hiking in the dark and setting up camp in the pitch black because you didn't know how long it was going to take you to get from the trailhead to your camping spot. In this second section here of the Backcountry Pocket Journal, we have the navigation tab. So this page we have here is the navigation speed reference, and it's a modified Naismith principle. So this chart basically has these different inputs that you can put in that are going to give you a rough estimate that's pretty close to how long it's going to take you to get from point A to point B. Let's look at this example from my trip to Utah in August, where I was hunting mule deer in the high country. The first one is distance. Allow 1 hour for every 3 miles or 5 kilometers of horizontal distance. So for me, it was a 3.5 mile hike. So it's 1 hour and 15 minutes that we're going to allot for that parameter. The next one is ascent. Add 1 hour for every 2,000 feet or 600 meters of elevation gain. So this was a real tough climb way up into the high country. It was 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So because it was 3,000 feet of elevation gain, we're going to allot 1 hour and 30 minutes of time for that. The next parameter is off-trail travel. So sure, you can go on AllTrails and some of these other sites and roughly see how long it's taking people to get from point A to point B on established trails. But what if it's not an established trail? And most of these people on AllTrails are not hunters. They're not, doing long backpacking trips with tons of weight on their back. So it's not really going to be accurate for some of us. So we have this parameter here for off-trail travel. So on my hike, most of it was on trail, but the last half mile was off trail. So here it says add an additional 30 to 60 minutes for off-trail travel. I'm going to add 30 minutes there. The next parameter we have is pack weight. It says add an additional 30 to 60 minutes for every 35 pounds of extra carrying weight. So this hunt, there was no natural water sources up in the high country. There was no streams. There was no lakes. So I had to carry in all of my water for 5 days. So because of that, my pack was 70 pounds. It was really heavy. So for me, I added an hour and 30 minutes extra because of that weight. So here we can total it up. And there's an example here. It says a 6 mile hike with 2,000 feet of ascent on trail would take an estimated 3 hours of time. So let's add up the totals for my hike. There's also an asterisk at the bottom that says don't